What's up, YouTube? We're back with another video. This time I'm going to be reacting to my last fight. There's been a ton of talk about this fight, and I just kind of want to give you some insight, what I was thinking pre-fight, during the fight. Today I got a special guest with me, young Wade. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wade's going to play the video. We're going to talk about it, all that jazz.
Hey, before I play anything, what were you thinking in the locker room before you even made that walk?
I learned a really valuable lesson. I watched Sensei's fight. I had it on the TV. It was really the only fight I cared about watching. I expected an easy victory, and then at the very end, they raised up Kenny's hand. And I watched the performance. You know, clearly Sensei got robbed. That one really hurt me because I experienced that, and I know what that felt like. And to watch my own brother, who clearly outperformed him, outclassed Kenny in the boxing ring, after that, I just got hot, I got mad. And you know, when you get mad, you don't really think straight. And people don't really understand that. You know, people that haven't fought, they really don't understand that. You got to go in. When you fight, you have to go in calm, relaxed. I'm telling you right now, because I watched Sensei and because he's been like a brother to me for like the last 10 years, that really affected me. That affected my mental. I was not thinking straight. I did not stick to my game plan going into the fight. I was just like ready to come out guns blazing, thinking I'm gonna knock this fool out.
Something as small as that, or even just the room temperature being off, or just a thought that creeps into your mind right before you're gonna go make that walk to literally, you know, go to physical combat. It's something that can really mess with your psyche. And as you can see on screen, before we even start, we had our measurements on there. You came down in weight again. This is the second time you've come down in weight. Talk to me about why. I know, you know, Slim was a lighter guy. Was this a point to prove to come down to 171?
The weight that we agreed upon was actually 175, but he was making such a big deal of the weight, so I just ended up losing a little bit more. So there was just no more excuses, you know, thrown out the window. And
what's your natural weight, Tommy?
My natural weight, like when I'm like just lean and I feel good, is like 185.
Jesus. Okay, so you're cutting some weight here. This isn't like usually a boxing cut, you know, 8 to 7 pounds is normal, but you're cutting closer to 20 pounds every time you've stepped in at this point. All right, let's take a look at this fight. Now, I want to talk about this moment right here, right? This is the first time you're face-to-face with Slim in the ring. He's got those eyes on you. Look at your face here. Talk to me about, again, is it just you're still in that same mindset from the locker room here?
Yeah, I'm still in that same mindset, man. I was just like really mad. And then I see Slim, and I'm like, okay, man, it's time.
Even Slim here, he had done this all week, man. These were a lot of mind games he wanted to play with you. Was that any of that going into effect as well, or was it just the fact that you had seen what you'd seen in your headspace where it was? Or was
I still kind of had my head wrapped around just like the results. Like my emotions were kind of all over the place.
The next person that books Temperrr, take the TV out of the damn room. Just take it out, bro.
Oh, I'm just gonna throw my phone at her or some shit. This is. And also one thing I want to mention too, before I walked out, you know, they called my name, and then I was supposed to hear these trumpets from my walkout song, which was Right Above It by Lil Wayne. It was a complete, fire song, but the song that they played was a complete other song.
I don't think I'd ever heard that song in my life.
Yeah, I don't know what song it was. I heard it was like maybe some K-pop or something. I don't know. Yo, I don't know what it was that they played, but it was something else. But I'm the type of person, like when I fight, I like to be as relaxed as possible. That's just the way I like to fight, because that's how I know I can fight my best, is when I'm just relaxed, chilling, thinking about everything, staying calm.
You can see, like, you were locked in. Again, probably not in the way you want it to be, but there was definitely some venom behind that look, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just ready to go off.
All right, so round one, what's the game plan here, Tommy? You see Slim come out.
Round one, I'm just, you know, seeing he's coming out fast. I'm just trying to make sure I don't make any crazy moves. I'm trying to read him.
Now, there's the first exchange that I want to talk to you about. It's this one right here.
Yep.
Right? You see a lot of head movement from Slim, right?
Yeah,
now,
he's
this
moving.
is going to be indicative as to what happens next. So watch, he comes into range, and that head goes down.
Mm-hmm.
This was a big deal for Slim and you, right? The level change of Slim and you staying at that same level. Talk to me about kind of just what your thoughts are re-seeing this and when you were seeing it in the fight.
I mean, rewatching this now, I understand that, like, that's just like he's good at firing from that angle. He'll throw a couple, like he'll throw a jab and a cross, and then he'll dig his head into my chest, and then he's already throwing punches. He's also looking for punches, or he's clenching. He's doing one of the two. You know, watching this back, I understand that's the type of fighter he is. He likes to clench up a lot, and when he can, he'll throw the overhands while he's down there.
It's a nice little exchange from you here, right? You parry this lead hand. He gives you a lot of feints, and there was a lot, like head feints, lead hand feints, foot feints he was giving you. But you stayed pretty composed, and you catch this lead hand here. But you come back counter, boom, just missed that backhand, right? And this was, I'm assuming, part of the plan because you guys used this against Kenny, right? To fire off as soon as someone encroached in that range, you guys were looking to switch on and fire again, right?
Yeah, we like to play with the parries.
And again, that timing is something that you used a lot against Kenny too, to just be able to step on his toes, right? Just explode back as soon as he's done, or even in between the combination. And that's something I thought you did really well in that fight, and even right here too. Lead hand, boom, catch that one, and
there was a lot of looking for those counters for sure. That's I like to fight like that. I like to catch people as they come.
Again, it's a nice parry with the lead hand.
Good shot from Slim though.
You caught me with a nice right hand. Yep.
Yeah. And again, it's because he's playing with that lead hand, and you just give him enough, right? So right here, that lead hand, he gives you outside.
Just
you take
a little
the inside
bit.
track.
Yep.
And just enough for him to go, okay, let me throw that one down the pipe to take.
Yeah, it wasn't that strong of a shot either. It was just like I've been hit harder from opponents in sparring with headgear on. You know, he's not necessarily a powerful puncher, but he landed some clean shots on me, and that's all it takes. Some clean shots with some 10-ounce gloves.
And two, I want to mention this, your momentum too, right? He catches you as you want to throw as well. So boom, you're coming forward right into that right hand as he comes forward. And
he timed me perfectly right there.
He just took the right track. He's trying to freeze you here, and this is what Slim does really well is his level changes, right? You'll see him a couple times here, and you mimic him. I don't know if you notice this or not, but as he level changes, you come down with him. So he is just trying to get you to basically do whatever he wants you to do with these level changes, and then set up, and you come down with him again, boom, that's why he lands that right hand.
Yeah.
That's something, again, that it's tough because he was given so much movement.
He's definitely an awkward fighter. There's not anybody
I was going to say, it was awkward. It was awkward to watch, even like sitting there ringside. It was awkward to watch him move that way, but you're getting a firefight here. Talk to me about this right here.
I mean, at that point, I was just getting really annoyed with all the clinches. So like when he started to come in for a clinch, and I was like, no, I just tried to push him off and start swinging because I didn't want to just clench the whole time. And like I knew that that's a part of his game, and I was just trying to evade from that happening as much as possible.
Slim certainly has that head movement.
Talk to me about the shots around here. Did you like the overhand shots more than you like the straight shots just in this moment, or was this again more of a frustration shot?
It was more of a frustration shot. Like I don't know. I definitely wasn't throwing enough straights because I know I have a lot. I actually have more success with the straight backhands, and I wasn't throwing much.
All guys, we do, man.
Yeah, I wasn't throwing much of those at all. One thing that I wish I did more was throw to his body more. Like throw some more jabs to the body, and then I have a lot of success with my straight left hand. I don't know why I wasn't throwing it. I was just, really, really swinging for the fences.
We're about midway through round one here. Have the nerves calmed at this point?
Yeah, the nerves have calmed a little bit at this point. We're just chilling now. I mean,
swinging right here. It's a nice counter right there. I was going to say, you're bleeding right here. Do you know what shot did that, or if anything, was it just his head?
It's probably his right hand that caught me. But I just be bleeding a lot. Like during sparring, like my nose will bleed. Like if you catch me in the nose, like it'll just bleed.
This is another thing that you did well, and that had this thing gone on, I think the legs would have started to, like Slim would have really started to feel this. Had we gone into 3 and 4, was just weighing on him, right?
Right.
Just using that body weight to
Right.
And again, this was a guy that only had, a couple weeks, but still, even at the time when this fight was stopped, you could see the heavy breathing. I think, like I said, had this gone on, you would have had a lot more success.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way. I definitely feel the same way. It's unfortunate, man, because you can see him getting tired. Like, you can see him getting tired even at the end of this round. Because I watched this back one time already, and this is my second time watching this back. But
was that part of the game plan too? Was to drag him into that deep rounds and utilize the fact that you were in better shape?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I just assumed that I've been training for longer. You could just. That's what I figured. I figured I was in better shape. Let me just play my game. Let me stay calm. But that's the part I didn't do, was stay calm.
Everyone has one of these fights where it's just nothing can go right for you, and not to take away from Slim, because Slim fought a great fight, of course.
Oh no, he fought a great fight, man.
One of those, yeah. Like, of course, he did what he was supposed to do. He came out and had a great performance, but everyone has one of these fights, and some guys are lucky enough to have it, early on in their career, or some guys it happens later on, or whatever it may be. But for you, I think it's just a learning experience, man. Because it's not like you're denying what happened or anything like that. It's that you already know, and okay, how do we adjust for the next one? That's what I think is really cool, because there's some guys that can't accept it.
Right.
Some guys that can't accept what happened, what went wrong, and then that continues to be a downward spiral. But for you, I think it's a good thing to be able to see it, acknowledge what it is, and then we go to the next one. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Nice. A little pull on the right hand here, though.
That was a perfect time for me to. Yeah,
I was
man.
Gonna say, you know what the shot is too.
Yeah.
You know what the shot is too.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the one, right? Boom, and come back with that straight left hand right behind.
Exactly.
You know. But again, nice head movement there. I like this little move here, man. I like this step in lead hook. He got under it, but this is a nice little change of pace.
Right.
And that's something we haven't seen either, is someone be able to change the pace on Slim too much, right? He's used to walking guys down. I could tell that was pretty frustrating, huh?
Man, it was so frustrating. The amount of times I got clinched up, I've never in sparring even that much. He knew what he was doing. It's a part of his game, and like that he used it to his advantage.
Fair play to him, man.
It does when you have action like this. I mean, this is a good fight.
I have to say this has been the most competitive fight so far for me.
Absolutely.
All right, there's round one.
From the boys.
Talk to me. So you head to the corner here. How in that moment were you feeling about that round?
So after that round, I was feeling like it was a pretty even round. I mean, there was I felt like I had a lot more to do.
What's Wally telling you right here?
I don't even remember what Wally was telling me, to be honest. Like I just remember asking him, like, yo, clean my nose. Like, it wasn't enough, still a little blood. Yo, I don't remember what he was telling me, and he feels like I wasn't really listening to him. And normally I always listen to him. I always do a good job listening to Wally, but he said that this time around, like, he felt like I wasn't really listening. So that's going to play a part too, right? Again, you're in that moment. You're trying to, shake off the emotions going into that first round, and then you get that first round. It's all, and even hearing you talk about it right now, it kind of feels like it was all a blur, right? Like it's hard to recall in that moment. Like, you're seeing it, of course, and right.
Seeing it third person is a little different, but it's hard to recall what happened. And sometimes that's again that leftover effect of not being switched on mentally the way you wanted to, right?
No, absolutely.
But that's round one. I would say, Slim had his moments there. I think you had some as well. The clinch, definitely watching it back on my end, because this is the first time I've watched it back. Watching it back on my end, the clinch definitely was something he not only used as a strategy, but definitely was. It was giving you some frustration, and you could see that on your face and the way you wanted to just get him, right? You wanted to come back, and as soon as that clinch was ready, you're like, all right, let's go again. Like, let's move on. So that was the tough part. I think that I don't know if you were ready from him that he was going to bring into the fight. Like, you didn't.
No,
I thought he was going to clinch that much.
No, I had no idea, to be honest.
And you hear the announcers there. They said, we might even score that round even. So you're not far off when you say, that was a close round, and that's something that, again, it was tough going even back and watching here. It'd be tough to go either way with. I know Slim had his moments, but yeah, I mean, heading into round two, you're not in a bad spot. I think you're doing a better job here too of not giving him too much when he throws those feints out. You're giving him some back here as well. And you even parry that one a little bit and then try to come back with the lead hand. That's nice.
We're seeing that repeated over.
Now, Slim goes southpaw here. What do you think about this? When he went southpaw, was that any kind of concern, or you guys worked on that, or what happened here?
I mean, we were working for a southpaw before Slim, so like, right. Slim talks about how he had two weeks to train for this, and really kind of we did too when it comes to unorthodox. Because I was training for Blueface. Blueface is a southpaw, and so we had to switch up our game plan completely. I mean, we really only had 2 weeks to prepare for this opponent as far as a style of fighting goes. But yeah, honestly, I forgot he even went southpaw for a second. I don't even remember.
I don't think
this.
he did it for too long. I think it was just to mess with you a bit, give you a different look a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's done this a couple times.
He caught me with a nice one right there.
Yeah, that was solid. That was solid. And it was, again, this is something that ends up happening a couple times here, that he changes levels and you stay high, and when he comes back, his chin is fine, but you don't see that one coming.
Yeah,
and again, you're only inches away from yours too, right? That's the hard part.
I was not changing. I was not changing levels, and that's the one thing I should have done a lot more out of this fight.
Yeah. And that's the hard part too, is you're inches away. These firefights, you go back and watching them. I'm seeing them again. You're inches away from landing the same shot he lands, right?
Right.
Yours comes off just a bit short, and his lands flush. But in those moments, you're just inches away, man. And that's the difference. That's why it's a sweet science. Inches make everything.
Yeah.
Slim celebrating that one.
Absolutely.
And he's sticking out the mini tongue at you. People didn't get nothing about his mini tongue, bro. And this is where you can start to see his gas tank, huh? Just a little bit.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
Moving a little slower. And you're switched on. You look fresh. You're ready to go.
Oh, this is. He's liberty still talking.
You got me with a nice left right there. All right.
I know.
That was
That's
a
the
great
same
right
one.
hand. Yeah, just digging his head down low and throwing that
Yeah.
overhand.
Is that something, when you watch it back, it's hard to see, obviously, when you're throwing your combinations, and I don't think you had seen it from Kenny at all. What's that adjustment you make for the next one when you're watching this back, you think?
Yeah, changing levels and getting out of the way,
There you go. This is what you're talking about, changing levels. You see it this time. You're down with him. You see that one coming. And you throw that jab out there. Luckily, he's not in position. Your shoulder catches that one. That's a better exchange for you there.
Body shot, nice.
Yeah, when Temperrr's
And
got
is that we're seeing? Yeah.
Digs
Burrows in.
down below.
Switches stance. Bang.
Damn.
Yeah.
He stuns me with that one, and I'm looking for the counter, and as soon as I lift my head up, I pop my head up, and he catches me.
When you wanted to exchange with him, like, you're safe here, right? You're safe.
Mhm.
Nothing really landing heavy. You're fine. It's when you want to exchange back, right?
Yeah.
And that head goes immediately here, and then boom, boom. Whereas he is a little bit lower to begin with. I think he's 6 foot. You're 6'4". He's going
Right.
to be able to throw those punches up a little easier than you're going to be able to come down on his chin, right? So that was kind of the deal there. And when you watch it back,
Man.
you see yourself here. I heard you say something about how you got up. I want you to talk to me about that. What did you mean by how you got up here?
Yeah, I mean, this is not a way that anybody should ever try to get up. Like, as you can tell, my arms are wobbling, like, and I'm just,
Yeah.
that's not you want to set up your base when you get up. Like, I should have just,
Yeah.
went forward, got up from my knees, put my hands in front of me, and got up the way that, anybody would naturally. But obviously that was a good shot. He caught me, I got rocked. Honestly, it took me like 2 seconds after I stood up, like, to feel like I was still good to go. Because trust me, I mean, it looked like anybody watching this, it does not look like I'm ready to keep going. But I'm in my head, like, I've experienced this before. I've trained for this. I'm conditioned for this. Like, I know I was ready to keep going. And it's unfortunate, the ref had to make the call, and he made the right call. If I was a ref, I would have done the same thing. Like, this dude looks like there's no way. There's no way he could continue.
It's tough to see that and admit it, but yeah, you were in trouble there, and that's not anything bad to say. You got caught with a really good shot, and I mean, it got caught flush. It happens to the best of us. But the fact that you had that warrior mindset to say, you know what, nah, I could still keep going, and you got to your feet. Fair fucking play. I don't know how many people are getting up. You know what I mean? You got to your feet. You've seen the whole fight now, and obviously, unfortunately, not the results you wanted, but looking back on it in its totality, talk to me about how you felt when, things got together at the end of the fight and you had your faculties about you then, and now that you watch it back, how do you feel about the performance?
First of all, I want to congratulate Slim on his performance. He was definitely the better boxer. Congratulations. Watching it back, I feel like I've learned so many lessons. I know exactly what I did wrong before the fight, during the fight, and this is definitely, not the end of the road for me. I feel like I'm just grateful that I experienced this early on in my boxing career and not any time later, because this is something that, like, a lot of these mistakes that I made for this fight aren't mistakes I'm going to make again, and I'm just looking forward to the next ones down the road.
Well, speaking of those next ones, man, have you given any thought to, what's next for you as far as, like, opponent or time frame?
No, honestly, I haven't thought at all about who my next opponent would be. This is my first time taking the foot off the gas in a while. Like, I haven't even, like, trained in, since the fight, which is crazy because I'm used to training every single day. I've been eating whatever. I've been eating everything in front of me, man. I've just been enjoying myself, fucking eating candy, eating all that. Just enjoying life, bro. And but once we get back to the States, it's I'm gonna get back into the swing of things, figure out who it is next that I will want to fight. And figure out the game plan moving forward.
Heck yeah, man. I do want to know this, and this is kind of, I guess, where we can end it. In those moments, and I know you're in a different headspace now, and you're ready to move forward, but in those moments, it can be one of the most lonely and, you know, trying moments that you'll have as a fighter. And I don't know if many people in the YouTube scene really understand what that means to someone. Or
I was heartbroken. You know, that's not how I at all I imagined the fight to go. And as soon as I got in my room, I fucking kicked this like table. I was like slamming like things off. I was slamming this table off the ground. I was mad, bro. I was really mad. I was upset. I was heartbroken, and really tough moment for me. I literally handed my phone to Wally. I was like, bro, what do I even like tweet out, bro? Can you write something for me? And he was the one to write the tweet that I posted out. And I looked at it before I hit send. I was like, yeah, like I posted that. I just wanted to let my fans know at least where my head's at. I cried a little bit, like for like 20 seconds, but it was a big learning experience. It was a massive learning experience, and
what that emotion's like. And I think there's so many people, so many of your fans that they wanted to be there for you, and I know they are there for you, right? And so to have that moment and to be able to talk to them more about it, I think it just helps you, you know, become even more of the person they know, and that person that is like, yeah, he's our guy, man. That's Tommy. That's our dude. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
and that just shows how human you are, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most important thing is that we are all human, you know, and like things aren't always going to go your way, and it is what it is, and you just got to make the most of it. You got to learn from it. You can either learn from it or you can run from it, and either way, it's like.
All right, man. That's it from me. Like I said, man, you in this fight game, there's a saying that goes around, and I think it's with Conor McGregor's camp, but a lot of guys use it now. You win or learn. I don't see wins and losses in this game. You win and learn, or win or learn, and that's, I think, what trajectory you're on, man. I'm excited for what you got coming up next. And hey, thank you, by the way, for allowing me to not only commentate, to have you in the face-to-face, and just to be here breaking this down with you, man.
Wade, thank you for jumping on this. Thank you for coming on this, and I want everybody to go check out my man's channel because he's been absolutely crushing it in the YouTube fight scene. Anything fighting related, this is the guy you want to check out. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Congratulations, Wade, on all your success recently, bro. I love to see you popping off, bro, for real. Everybody watching this video, thank you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and that's been it for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed.